Well. What an interesting way to kick off the event that was. Liam Cameron versus Ben Whittaker. And it ends in a split draw due to both guys falling outside of the ring during the clinch. And Ben Whittaker injuring his foot, it looked like. Or what? Yeah, they both fell over the ropes, WWE style. And yeah, the fight ends from there. Liam Cameron gets up and goes back to his corner, while Ben Whittaker in the end gets wheeled out on a wheelchair. I thought in the fight in general as well, Ben Whittaker got massively exposed. I think he did, and I thought Liam Cameron was actually winning that fight. I had 3-2 to Liam Cameron at the time of the stoppage. I thought Liam Cameron was winning. He was doing really well. Like people saying that Ben Whittaker won. The high guard of Liam Cameron was doing a great job. Cameron seemed to be landing the way more effective shots to the body, to the head as well. It just looked like Liam Cameron's high guard was very good, and Cameron was very smart with his moments, and it caught Whittaker off guard. And as well, in that fight, it just looked like Ben Whittaker wasn't sharp at all. And I was right about a lot of things. I said that'd be Whittaker's hardest fight, and I said there'd be no showboating from Ben Whittaker, and I was right. He was the one who ended up going off on a wheelchair. And, there are many people saying, oh, Whittaker just faked because, he was losing that fight. Possibly. I don't know. It looked like nothing really happened, though, if we're being real. And if anything, it also looked like Cameron took a way bigger bump than what Whittaker did. It did look like that. It looked like Cameron took a bigger bump than what Whittaker did. It didn't really look like Whittaker landed awkwardly on his foot or anything whatsoever. And Cameron took a few seconds but got up. But Whittaker was down for quite a bloody long time after falling over the top rope. And I can't believe we're talking about this in boxing. And yeah, Whittaker was down, his foot was screwed, and then it looked like his sock was coming off, and his boot and sock came off, and the gloves came off. Then we just knew, that's officially over. But a draw. It was a close fight, but I thought Cameron was winning and possibly was a little bit hard done by there as well. And the fact is that did Whittaker, know there was that's a good way to. Go on that way out, because it wasn't looking promising for Whittaker whatsoever. Cameron was getting better round by round. He was. I thought Whittaker started really well in the first round, but Cameron was getting better round by round. The body work was great, and then he was able to catch Whittaker upstairs quite a few times as well, with some big thumping shots. It was clear from the noises you heard from the shots as well, the more impactful shots in that fight very clearly came from Liam Cameron. They did. And in the end, at the end of the round, they both fell over the top rope, and that was that. But it looked like nothing really happened, if I'm being completely honest. I can't show it on it in case of copyright, but I would if I could. But it just looked like, nothing really happened to show an injury or anything. That's what I mean. Like, it's not like he took any. I don't think it didn't look like that Ben Whittaker took any massive major bump or anything. It didn't look like that at all. It didn't. So, that it's a little bit dodgy for me. Loads of people are saying it's like possible fixing and all that. But it's like, it just didn't really look like anything happened to Ben Whittaker. And I just think the whole thing, it's just embarrassing in the end. And Ben Whittaker didn't look great in that fight at all, no matter what you think about if Whittaker was winning at the time. He looked pretty mediocre in that fight and looked like he was on course to lose anyway. Even if you had Whittaker up, Cameron was building his way into the fight, and Whittaker literally never had Cameron in any trouble whatsoever. At times, Cameron hit Whittaker, and you were like, that it could be in a little bit of trouble there, Whittaker. Whittaker in no point in that fight had Liam Cameron in trouble. Liam Cameron was on the road to victory, in my opinion. He was. And, we're all showboating Ben Whittaker. It's like, that's a humbling in itself, if we're being real. It's a humbling in itself for Ben Whittaker. And, Cameron was clearly getting to Whittaker with those body shots. And yes, at times, Whittaker's counters to the body were all right. But, he didn't do anything that hurt Liam Cameron in that fight. Literally never hurt Liam Cameron at all. It was just he just didn't look great. He just looked so off his game, Ben Whittaker. And that was always what was going to happen when you actually fight someone with a heartbeat, who's going to come back at you, who is going to use his strength and show, that he's the stronger guy than you. And that's exactly what Liam Cameron did tonight. And I thought he was winning the fight, and it's unfortunate how it ended for him. I think Ben Whittaker will probably avoid the rematch as well, if I'm being completely real. I don't see him taking it soon. I think, well, when I say avoid, I mean, I reckon Ben Whittaker might possibly take another fight before the Liam Cameron fight. I don't see him taking an immediate rematch. That's what I don't think. I don't think Whittaker's going to take an immediate rematch with Liam Cameron. I don't at all. Ben Whittaker was getting worse round by round, and the pace just wasn't there, and he was getting found out up close, Ben Whittaker as well. And Ben Whittaker was getting bullied in those clinches by Liam Cameron. He was getting bullied in the clinches, and that's what it showed in the end. He was getting bullied a bit at the end in the clinch, and then because Cameron was pushing him back, using his strength, and then that's how they eventually fell over the top ropes, because Ben Whittaker was getting bullied in that fight. And usually, Whittaker's seen as more of the bully because he's always showboating against you. But we didn't see it there. We did not see that there whatsoever. So, yeah, look. People saying Ben Whittaker quit, I can't really say. I don't know. But the big fact is that Ben Whittaker was massively exposed in that fight. Massively exposed in that fight. And, he's not on that Lyndon Arthur level or anything like that. I mean, is Whittaker even British level right now? I don't know. But, yeah, Liam Cameron must be feeling a bit hard done by, of course, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, a draw... I mean, I don't know. It's hard to have a draw in a 5-round fight. Well, that's how long it was. In a 5-round fight, and it was a draw. Wait, no, that was the 6th round, wasn't it? And then, no, it was the 5th round that it ended in. Yeah, and then, but sorry. It ended in the 6th. But yeah, and I thought, no, it ended in the 5th. I don't bloody remember. But yeah, I think, but no matter what, Liam Cameron won that fight. Liam Cameron was winning that fight and was up in that fight, in my opinion. Liam Cameron was up, and he was winning the rounds, landing the more impactful shots. It was in the 6th it ended. Liam Cameron was landing the more impactful shots in the fight throughout and was up in that fight, in my opinion. I thought Liam Cameron won that fight, and the better shots were coming from him, and he was bullying Whittaker quite a bit at times, and he was. So I just think the whole thing's a mess how it ended, and you can just see that Ben Whittaker was really bloody exposed in that fight, with Cameron being able to outwork him at times. In my opinion, he was. So yeah, it's unfortunate how it ended. I don't think Ben Whittaker's gonna take an immediate rematch either. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. It was turning out to be a great fight, but Liam Cameron was just bloody building his way into that fight. He was building his way into that fight, and in my opinion, should have won it. And I thought he was a bit hard done by in the end. But yeah, loads of people saying Ben Whittaker deserves an Oscar after that. But yeah, I think after that, it definitely takes his stock down. It definitely takes Ben Whittaker's stock down 100%. It does. Hype train at the end of the day, kind of, if we're being real. So yeah, there we go. Anyway, thanks for watching this video, King. I'll speak to you in a bit. Thanks for watching. Peace out.